Big model news this week. Google released Gemini 3.7 Flash with a 1 million token context and lower introductory pricing. Z.ai published GLM 5.3 on the same 743 billion parameter base. Cactus Compute shipped Needle 2, a 45 million parameter tool calling model, in a 14 megabyte binary that runs in about 28 megabytes of RAM. Liquid AI released LFM2.5 VL3B, a 3.1 billion parameter vision language model for on-device use. I will explain what changed and where to test. Quick summary. 1. Gemini 3.7 Flash lists an introductory input price of 75 cents per 1 million input tokens. 2. Z.ai GLM 5.3 reports gains from scaled post-training on the same 743 billion base. 3. Needle 2 ships as a 14 megabyte binary for tool calling. 4. LFM2.5 VL3B is a 3.1 billion parameter model that fits in about 3 gigabytes. 5. A SupraLabs guide shows streaming and LoRa fine-tuning. Google's Gemini 3.7 Flash is a refinement, not a new pre-training run. It accepts a 1 million token context and returns up to 64,000 output tokens. Introductory pricing is 75 cents per 1 million input tokens and $3.75 per 1 million output tokens through December 31, 2026. Google reports Frontier Code 1.1 main at 43.6% and Deep SWE at 65.3%. Cost per token now matters for agent scale. Z.ai GLM 5.3 uses the same 743 billion parameter base as GLM 5.2. Improvements come from scaled post-training across more tasks and environments. Terminal Bench 3.0 moves from 4.6 to 28.3. Deep SWE v1.1 moves from 46.2 to 66.9. Z.ai reports roughly 50% improvement on an internal code benchmark. The model is live in Z.ai's API, but weights are due roughly 2 weeks after launch. Needle 2 is a 45 million parameter model shipped as a 14 megabyte binary. It runs a session in about 28 megabytes of RAM. Reported throughput is 500 tokens per second on a Raspberry Pi 5, 400 to 1500 on MetaQuest 3S and Apple Vision Pro, and 300 to 700 on low-cost phones. The model uses a simple attention network with a Hadamard NLP and Ngram key-value memory. Mobile actions function name accuracy is reported at 98.3%. Liquid AI released LFM2.5 VL3B. It is a 3.1 billion parameter vision language model that fits in about 3 gigabytes. It averages 69.4 across 28 vision benchmarks, matching intern VL 3.5. It decodes 228 tokens per second on an Apple M5 Max. Context length is 32,768 tokens, and the model uses a SIGL-IP2 NAFlex encoder. Key engineering patterns. 1. Post-training scale can yield large gains on an existing base. 2. Narrow task contracts let models be tiny and reliable for tool calls. 3. Aggressive quantization and fused runtimes reduce RAM and improve speed. 4. Non-reasoning design trades internal chain of thought for lower latency. 5. Pricing affects architecture choices for agent deployments. Actionable steps. Test Gemini 3.7 Flash under your agent workloads to measure cost per intelligent action. Run Needle 2 binaries and LFM 2.5 VL3B GGUF or on an X in your target runtimes. Use the SupraLabs guide to stream and curate reasoning data and fine-tune with LoRa on small models. And always reproduce vendor benchmarks on your real data. Opportunities. Gemini's pricing lowers the cost of long context agents for enterprises. Needle 2 enables offline automation and voice actions on very small devices. LFM 2.5 VL3B supports on-device document parsing and screen reading. Z.ai shows post-training as a fast path to capability gains. Limitations. Gemini 3.7 has a March 2026 knowledge cutoff and is a refinement, not a new pre-training run. Z.ai's GLM 5.3 weights are delayed by roughly 2 weeks for review, affecting reproducibility. Needle 2 is highly task specialized and uses schema constraints. LFM 2.5 VL 3B is non-reasoning and trades multi-step inference for low latency. Most reported results are vendor reported and depend on harness and context settings. Bottom line, two trends stand out. First, pricing and scale matter for agent fleets. Second, specialization and fusion push capability to devices. Z.ai shows post-training is an effective lever. If you build AI products, reproduce vendor benchmarks, run pilots, and combine cloud reasoning with compact local models for action. Sources are in the description. You will find the Z.ai GLM 5.3 blog, Cactus Compute Needle 2-page and paper, the SupraLabs reasoning corpus tutorial, Google's Gemini 3.7 flash technical details, and Liquid AI's LFM2.5 VL 3B model card. Check harness and benchmark details in each post.